John Quick to See Smith's Trade, Gifts for Trading Land with White People from 1992 is a non-celebration of the 500-year anniversary of Christopher Columbus's arrival to the New World. She shows a canoe here, which is covered with an expressionist application of paint, but plenty of red, which suggests the blood of Native Americans. And up above, she demonstrates the exploitation of Native American culture, which continues today in terms of souvenirs and trinkets that feature Native American tribal signias and memorabilia. Kehinde Wiley is another example of identity and group identity in art. African American artists like Wiley are concerned with revisionist expressions in art. Here, for example, Wiley's Napoleon leading the army across the Alps references a neoclassical painting by Jacques-Louis David. But here Wiley has replaced the heroic figure of Napoleon with a young African-American man who wears a bandana around his head and army fatigues. Barbara Kruger is an example of a feminist artist who is concerned with gender in art. Her photograph, Your Gaze Hits the Side of My Face from 1981, reflects the recent feminist movement. She began her early career as an art director for Mademoiselle magazine, and here she is concerned with the way in which images, particularly images of ideal women, impact the public and the feminist movement. She's cut out block letters, "Your gaze hits the side of my face," suggesting that the viewer passively absorbs what is presented to the viewer without analyzing the consequences on the feminist movement as a whole. Martha Rosler's Gladiators from her House Beautiful series, Bringing the War Home, is a photo montage which is a critical commentary on the effects of war. She initially began this series with images of the Vietnam War and expanded it more recently to include the conflicts in Iraq and Afghanistan. She creates a disturbing image in which the war is literally brought inside the living room of an upscale living room interior with soldiers inside the home while the bombing outside of the home is visible through open windows and doorways. Jeff Koons is a neo-pop artist, the most highly paid artist working today. His Pink Panther pairs a cartoon character together with a pinup girl, images that are widely available in our consumer culture, but here which he presents to the public, to the viewer, as something which is rare and an example of fine art. He's made it out of porcelain, ceramic, and it's 3.5 feet high, something that would be presented to the public on a pedestal as though it were an example of rare fine art. El Anatsu's Bleeding Takari 2 from 2007 is made from aluminum bottle tops and cans and copper wire. It resembles a textile. It is, in fact, three-dimensional since it projects out into space from the flat surface of the wall. It resembles perhaps kente cloth from his native Ghana, featuring the colors of red and gold. Here, of course, red obviously stands for blood, but perhaps valor as well. The artist is unique in that he spent his entire adult life and career in Nigeria and yet has attained international status as an artist. He runs a large workshop and employs numerous workers who help him to sew his individual bottle caps together to make his textile designs. Christo and John Claude are environmental artists. They create artworks made out of synthetic materials which cover a landscape. Because they're made from synthetic materials, they have to be removed after approximately several weeks. This is their Surrounded Islands, Biscayne Bay, Greater Miami, Florida, from 1980 to 83, in which they've surrounded the islands with pink propylene sheeting that calls attention to the need to protect the environment from pollution. Their artworks dramatically transform the landscape into something that's new, visually exciting and aesthetic, and at the same time promote public awareness about the need to protect the environment from pollution. For this project, for example, the islands had collected considerable pollution around them in terms of trash that had collected around the shores of the island, and that all had to be removed, of course, in the process of installing their exhibition.